Shalom, family. Shalom. This is Ak Moshe Ben Yahuda, Yisrael. Got another live stream for y'all tonight. Pray y'all is well with y'all this evening. Let's see who's up in here. Let me make sure. Go down the list. Shalom and big salute, K. Judah. Outstanding live stream you did earlier, brother. We got through it. It was tough to watch, man, seeing all those short leggers losing their life over the foolishness of these brothers, man. It was hard to watch, but we got through it. Shalom and big salute, Master Moshe. Pray all is well with you, my brother. 10 toes down on the West Coast. Stay strong, my brother. And I say that to all y'all. Stay strong. This ain't an easy walk, but we out here. Shalom, Super Shiro, the Oracle 007. Shalom, beloved sister, our Super Shiro. That's right. We all putting in work. Clean up crew. That's right. Putting in work. Shalom and big salute, King Adam. Big salute, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, Doc, man. We got your back. Yes, indeed, man. I just want to come on here and chop it up about, the worst president in American history. And I'm sure America had many worse presidents, but this clown we got in office, Joe Biden, man, he has to be the worst. In my lifetime, seeing the presidents that was elected, I've been on Yah's green earth for 38 years. And out of all the presidents that I witnessed this country elected, in my honest opinion, I have to say Joe Biden is the worst. Just look what's going on, family. Look at the state of America. The cost of living is going up, inflation, gas prices. The other day, I went to pick gas at my local Chevron station, and it was $4.09. Now, I'll pass by Chevron. I bet you if I go take a ride by the nearest Chevron, gas probably going to be about $4.30. It was going up increasingly day by day. It was $4.09 last time I went pick gas. In the last few days, it jumped up from $4.09 to $4.19, and now it's $4.25. This doesn't make any damn sense. But you could thank your president for that, though. You could thank inflation. Everything is going up, the cost of living. And I feel sorry for the younger up-and-coming people, that's trying to get out there, trying to get on their feet. Because rent going up, housing going up. In some cities, they could barely make it off of $50K a year or $60K a year. How do you expect people to live? How do you expect people to live, Mr. Biden, Mr. Sleepy Joe Biden, and your whole administration? With all this going on with the inflation, food going up. You got the food shortages. In some states, gas is about $7 in some states. They're going to have a lot of people walking. A lot of people going to be catching a bus. A lot of people going to be buying mopeds and riding bicycles in certain cities Well, it always was like that in certain cities. People catch the bus. But let's be honest, man. A lot of people don't want to ride the bus, man. You on a bus full of all these people with different attitudes and spirits. If you don't like being around a lot of people, the bus ain't for you. Just think about the subways. I bet you they got many horror stories about the subway all over the internet. But man, this inflation is getting out of control, family. I mean, how they expect people to live? You got a lot of young people living out their cars. You got channels on YouTube, the van life, people living out their van because they can't afford rent. They can't afford an apartment. In some cities, a studio apartment is like a couple of grand or $1,000. That doesn't make any sense for a damn studio apartment. They want you to fork over a couple of grand for a damn studio. Man, they ridiculous, man. It's supposed to be a great country though. You got people in third world countries, they build their own houses. They got their huts. We laugh at them. They living in huts. They living in tree houses like in the Amazon, and they live in their little mud huts or whatever. But at least they ain't have to worry about paying no high mortgage. Yeah, they living in a hut and made out of straw and all that, whatever. But at least they own their house. At least they own it. Straight up. Shalom, Sister Amina Coleman. Big salute, beloved sister. Big salute, Mike C. Shalom to the whole Coleman family, from the oldest to the youngest of that family. But yeah, it's ridiculous. And I'm sure y'all see what's going on in y'all areas. I mean, the inflation. I mean, even for a loaf of bread gonna be about what? It all depends what brand you buy. If you trying to buy a top of the line loaf of bread, you're gonna be forking over about maybe $3 to $4 for a loaf of bread. And I always tell this to people. I remember when I was a child, having $100 bills, you felt like you was $1,000 richer having a $100 bill. Fast forward to 2022, having $100 bill, that's like having $1, man. That's letting you know the dollar is getting worthless. But yeah, back to Joe Biden. He has to be the worst president this country ever had. He never did nothing for us. He gave everybody else benefits but black people. But we can't be mad at him. We got to be mad at our own people because these Democrat Negroes voted for him. They put him in office. They voted for him. Where they at now? Where all those Negroes that were supporting those Democrat Negroes that were supporting Biden? Where they at? You don't hear nothing out of them. You don't even hear a pin drop out of them. Where they at? You don't hear nothing out of them. Thank you, Democrats, for giving us the worst president in American history. And like I say, America had many worse presidents, but he had to be number one right now. He has to be number one. Number one, he's too old to be in office. He's too old to be running this country. He should be retired. He should be enjoying whatever few years he have left on earth. But they wanted him to be in office. But yeah, it's getting bad. It's getting bad for these young people. I'm talking about I'm talking about young people that's like in a early 20s, if they want to try to get on their feet, if they trying to graduate college and start. The cost of living is so ridiculous in certain cities, especially on the West Coast. You got a lot of people living out their cars. You got people living in tent cities all over California. California is like a third world country. And I shared videos on Nick Johnson channel on my other channel. What's good, Ari? Yeah, what's good? Shalom and salutations. Man, I hope not, King Adam. I hope not. $20 for a gallon of milk? That's insanity, bro. Biden said by the end of the year, milk was going to be close to $20 a gallon. I don't know about that. And milk has always been damn near neck to neck with prices. Well, I don't drink cow's milk, so I don't have to worry about milk. Now, the almond milk and the oat milk and the goat milk, I drink that. But cow's milk, I don't fool with that. Yeah, then there's a shortage on baby formula too. So any woman that's nursing, do it the natural way. You know, I'm just saying, you know, it'd be better for them to do it the natural way anyway, to breastfeed their babies. That's the whole, you know. And you see, the mother's milk have natural antibiotics to fight off sicknesses. You know, they don't need to be giving these babies that's born all these shots. You know, instead of having a food drive, they had a baby infant milk drive down here. Oh, for real, Monster? That's what's up. They having infant milk drive. Man, it's bad. I know it's bad in them big cities, you know. There's food shortages and the shortage on infant milk. And who knows, they probably doing that on purpose because they wicked. Just like that time, just like the last hurricane we had down here. That was last year when we had that hurricane and how they had the gas shortage when all them gas stations was low on gas. Man, they had them gas. They was hiding their gas. They had them gas trucks at the facility probably hitting somewhere. Just like how they doing the baby formula. Come on now. That can like all the farm factories that produce those baby formulas shut down also. No, they hide. They hiding the formulas. It's they hiding it because they want to control the people. They want to control the populace. And how do you control the populace? By decreasing the food population, cutting off the food and necessities. That's how you control the people. You cut off the food and necessities and the resources. That's common sense. Shalom, Sister Eve. Welcome to the live stream. Big salute. But yeah, Joe Biden has to be one of the worst presidents, if not the worst president in my lifetime, at least in my opinion. You know, like I said, I've been here on this. I've been here for 38 years, you know, by the grace of Yah. And all the presidents that I experienced or seen being elected in my lifetime, I see. Now, for some of y'all could probably say Reagan, Ronald Reagan. But in my generation, you know, I was born in 84. So in my generation, the so-called millennials, they like to call us that. I say Biden has to be the worst president. Definitely. I'm with you, King Adam. It's control. It's a control mechanism, bro. It's a control mechanism. Because come on now, why we need to get oil from these foreign countries when there's a lot of oil reserves in the United States? Texas, man, Texas have a whole lot of oil reserves. Louisiana has some oil reserves too. And what in some northern states like Alaska, the Alaskan pipeline, they want to go get foreign people oil instead of hire people to drill oil in their own country and produce the oil down here. Even though they have refineries, because Texas got a lot of oil refineries, you know, especially Port Arthur, Texas. Like when we used to go to Houston back then, we used to pass through Port Arthur, Texas. They used to have the little refineries, the oil refineries, and they still do have them out there. You know, but yeah, it's got to be the worst president we had. I was listening to Miss Eunice earlier, and she said a brother was saying his wife got the jab, that his wife got the jab and was breastfeeding their twin babies, and they have fell out, losing weight and breaking out now before. Man, that's messed up, man. You see, wicked, you know, it was all the experiment. That's why I said they got a lot to answer for. That's why I say he's the worst president, because when this bull crap pandemic was orchestrated, they planned this. He forced the snake bite on people, and a lot of people suffer for it. Now, some people that took the snake bite, you know, the Most High still could protect them, but those who, you know, don't, you know, but for some cases, man, a lot of people was reacting to it differently. That's sad. So, you know, that was all about design. So she took the jab. Her babies were very healthy and thriving. They now have to rely on contaminated formula milk. Oh, yeah, if you ever noticed, most of the worst presidents was Democrats, the Democrat Party. That's why I call them the Democrats. That's why I call them the Democrats. There's number of demons. Even though both parties don't have our best interests, like I always say, Republican and Democrats, they both don't have our best interests, but the Democrats are the worst of evil. They are the worst of evil. But y'all hold y'all thought right quick. I'll be back. Yeah, but I'm back. But yeah, these gas prices are ridiculous, though. I mean, I just think if you got an SUV or a truck, those who got a truck and an SUV, y'all gonna feel it. Y'all pockets and purses gonna be broken this summer. Yes, indeed. For those who driving SUVs or any type of vehicle that's gas guzzlers, man, y'all pockets gonna be broken this summer. Y'all better unless y'all have a other vehicle that don't cost much to the gallon. But if you driving an SUV or a truck, man, y'all pockets and purses gonna be hurting this summer. And you could thank Biden for that. You could thank the inflation for that too. Straight up. Real talk. That's right. It's almost time to go home. I'm ready, big brother. Come take care of these heathens. Yeah, man. I just desire that should be on our mind, the kingdom, man. If we blessed to make it, because this way how things getting around here, it's getting worse and worse, family. You know, it's getting worse and worse. You know, like I say, 2020 kicked it off. This whole 2020 decade is gonna be a rough. It's gonna be a rough 10 years. You know, it's gonna be a whole rough decade. The 2020 decades. Y'all willing? We don't have that much time, man. Because 2050, like I say, America in 2050, man. With all this going on, in 2050, man, hopefully things be restored to the righteous order. Y'all willing? They contaminated the formula to make our precious baby sick. Fact. That's what they doing. Yeah, they want to corrupt everything. Everything is messed with in this society. Everything is fake. The GMO food, they want to corrupt everything. They know their kingdom is falling. That's why they losing their mind, these Gentiles. That's why you had the stuff that happened in Buffalo, because he had that belief about the Great Reset. A lot of white supremacists, they have this ideology they teach about the Great Reset, which is they fear that they're going to be replaced by non-whites. It's happening. But hey, like they say, karma is what? And we call it reaping what you sow. They went to other nations and conquered other nations and tried to white out other nations. The chicken's coming home to roost. You got a lot of foreigners moving into European countries, a lot of non-whites moving into these European countries. And a lot of them, some of these European countries slowly but surely becoming black and brown. You got a lot of Arabs and African immigrants and other non-whites going to Europe, But they only could blame themselves for that, because they're the ones who want to start this melting pot, multicultural nonsense society, when the Most High told the nations of the world to separate, to have your own land, to have your own language, And that's what they fear, the Great Reset. There will be a Great Reset. It's going to be Yah's Great Reset, when we restore as a nation and everything be put in the righteous order that it was meant to be. They had to do something to that formula. I agree with y'all. They probably took the formulas off the shelf and they corrupted the formulas. And they're going to put them back on the shelf. They're going to put all these Enfamil and Enfamil back on the Similac. They're going to put it all back on the shelf. They had to take them off the shelf, and they're doing something. They're doing something to these they doing something to it. They wicked, because that's how they is. They wicked. Did y'all hear about those racist jackals laughing at our people getting shot by their own wicked devil? These are policemen now. I never surprised at their cold evil hearts. They're all over the field. Oh yeah, bet. Yeah, they probably look at him as a hero. They look at that 18-year-old punk as a hero for doing that. A preacher said we should forgive the shooter, shaking my damn head. Man, we ain't forgiving nothing around here. He needs to be destroyed. That little 18-year-old racist jackal know what the hell he was doing. He needs to be executed. Like I said, I don't think I mentioned it on live, but it was up to me. I see. Don't give him I know I said the electric chair at first. I said give him the electric chair. No, I posted that on my Facebook. I was like, man, he need to get the electric chair with no sponge like on the Green Mile. But I changed my thought. What I'll do is tie him up to a tree, have a table with nothing but guns on it, have a long table with nothing but guns, any type of gun, all type of guns. And I'll get the victims of each, I'll get the family of each victim. Choose one of the members of the victim's family who wants to do it. I say, look, each of y'all pick a gun off the table. I don't care. You could pick your handgun, a assault rifle, a shotgun, any type of gun you think you can handle. And I say, tie them up to the tree and let the victim families pick a gun. And I say, at any time y'all feel ready, take a shot at them. Y'all take how many shots y'all want. Take all y'all anger and frustration out on. Take all the shots y'all want till he dead. Even if he's still dead, y'all can load him up with bullets. That's what I do. I say, man, let the victim's family load him up with bullets. Tie him up to a tree and chains. Tie him up to a tree with chains and let the victim's family load him up with bullets, man. Air him out. I mean, make him look like he wasn't a victim of the Valentine's massacre, the Valentine's Day massacre. That's what I do. Because putting them in jail for life or putting them on death row, man, see, they play with criminals down here. When it comes to their own, let me reframe my thought. When it comes to their own, They play with criminals. But when it comes to us, they straight to the point. When it comes to black people in the justice system or the injustice system, they straight to the point. But when it comes to their own, they beat around the bush. They look for all type of loopholes to get them out the sticky situation. But when it comes to our people, straight to the point. Throw him in jail. Give him life. 25 to life or the death penalty. 25 to the life. 25 to life. But yeah, that's what I do. If I was running the show, okay, you kill these people, you kill these innocent black people, he won't even get no trial. Shucks. He won't even get a trial. He won't even get a trial. If I was running the show, he won't even get a trial. He'd have been gone. He'd have been in the ground. He would have been in the ground. He would have been removed. He'd have been removed from this planet. He'd have been removed from the land of living. Or you had to be like, look, even if they didn't want to do it, I'll find somebody to do it for the victim's family. You know, because, you know, a lot of our people, man, they too forgiving to these other nations, especially when it comes to these Europeans. They too forgiving. Y'all see the nature of these people, man. And yeah, you got a few pockets of them good out there, but it's hard to find them, man. When the mass majority of them, they are racist and evil and hatred towards us. You know, they show it in their media. You know, they just look what they promote, how they want us to be in the media. They want us to still conform to the stereotypical attitudes. You know, they want our men to be effeminate and want our men to be the face of sodomy. You know, so just look, you can't come tell me they don't hate us, the majority of them. And then you got their president. Now they mad at their president. They put them in there. Get mad at your own people. Y'all put them in there. And then you got some of them thinking Trump coming back in office. You know, he might get a second term, like he might not. But I just hope Biden don't get a second term. You know, I just hope he don't get a second term, because look what he's doing. You know, I mean, gas prices going up, inflation, cost of living going up. Cost of living got to be at the all-time high right now. The cost of living. Yeah, that's right. Yup. Yeah, I seen that asshole pale uncooked heathen mocking our folks until the Lord show up his silly ass a visit and show up on his doorstep in the midst of the night. That's right. Yup. Oh yeah, they was mocking the death of those black people that got shot up in Buffalo. Yeah, they gonna get everything they deserve. You know, but soon as something happens to them, they want the world to feel sorry for them. Oh, hypocritical heathens. Get on my nerves, these double standards. When something happens to them, they want the whole wide world to feel sorry for them. But let something happen to us. Oh, y'all get over it. Get over it. It ain't no big deal. Get over it. Forgive us. Forgive us. Sing these Christian songs and forgive us. Exactly. They're only trying to poison our babies, not theirs. It's only going to trickle down to them, because the Most High, y'all going to make it that way, and they're going to need milk everywhere, just like they need our black women to breastfeed their demon seed and not their own babies, saying it's going to contaminate their children. Like, what the hell? Damn morons. Exactly. I find that they hypocritical, because back in the civil rights, we couldn't drink from their water fountains, but they drunk from our sisters' fountains. They had their babies drinking from our sisters' fountains during slavery, because the white woman breast milk was diluted and it was weak. They children already frail. They already frail by nature. You know, even when they get older, they look all frail. They look all, you know, they frail, man. They weak. You know, that's why they have to use steroids. They have to use performance enhancement drugs. The men and women. Don't think the white women don't use performance enhancers too. They do. They do. They do. They came up with steroids. Ain't no black person created no steroids. Nah, that's one point I could give a white person. They created steroids. Ain't no black person created no steroids. White people created that. You know, because we don't need that crap. Black men and black women don't need no performance enhancing drugs. The Most High already blessed us with athletic ability. You know, we don't need to take no performance enhancing drugs, man, like steroids and growth hormone and all that crap. They came up with them. They mad scientists came up with that crap. Straight up. Shalom and salutation, Sister Namaria. Shalom, beloved sister. Yeah, they came up with all that steroids and all that. You know, brothers and sisters, man, don't fool with that steroids. We have no business taking that crap. We don't need to take that. You know, we don't need to be taking those damn steroids. That's bad for you. That's poison. You know, but some black athletes take, like most of them wrestlers be taking it too. A lot of them professional wrestlers, man, they be ingesting in that steroids. But we don't need that crap. They need that. And a lot of these policemen, they take steroids too. A lot of these white policemen, that's why they be so angry and aggressive, because they on them steroids. A lot of them, they be taking steroids on the sleep. Straight up. I pray the Most High Yah bring wrath and judgment like he did when T.F. mocked Trayvon death. The Most High Yah swiftly brought judgment on that disgusting jackal, killing his son and two brothers within a year. All praise to the Most High Yah. Oh yeah, he gonna bring them down. They gonna get what they deserve. You know, just like all these twisted race soldiers that killed our people and they think they got away with it. Nah, they ain't getting away with nothing, because they're gonna still have to answer for it on Judgment Day. Straight up. They're gonna have to answer for it. And they know it too. But they delusions of grandeur gonna act like they gotten away from it. They ain't getting away from anything. No. You know, but yeah, he don't need a trial. He need to be executed. If that have been, I'm telling you, let a black man would have go into a white neighborhood and shot up a white supermarket, man, them cops would have brought down the hammer of justice. They would have loaded them up with bullets. Probably one of the cops would have tried to shoot a rocket launcher at them, because you know they already crazy for firearms and explosions. You know, they already crazy for all that. You see them how they act in the military movies. I'm telling you, let a black man would have go kill 10 white people in a white neighborhood supermarket store. Man, they'd have probably brought the SWAT team. They'd have had the SWAT team snipers. They had snipers on roofs waiting for them to come out there. So they had snipers on the roof, the SWAT team, the K9 unit. Probably we would have had trying to call the National Guard too. Probably would have brought in the National Guard just for one black man. That's how scary they is. That's how scary these heathens is. They gonna call. Just like if you ever notice, they say if they stop a black person, they always calling for backup. You always see another squad call, and they want you to turn up, brothers. If they it's like they have that mentality. I dare that N-word to turn up so we can lay him out on the pavement, because they trigger happy. A lot of these cops trigger happy. A lot of these white cops are trigger happy, especially if they're a rookie. You know, especially if they're a rookie, because they want to use their gun. That's what I tell you. That's why they get the gun and the badge. Because before that gun and badge, they was feeble. They was nothing. You know, they insecure, so they gotta become a cop and get a badge and a gun to make themselves to feel like they're a big man on campus. And you could tell them by how they act, because they abuse their power. They have a crappy attitude when they pull people over. You know, don't get mad at us because you decide to be a police officer. That's a stressful job. Nobody forced you to become no police officer. You know, quit. You know, if you tired working these long hours out on the graveyard shift on your duty, quit. And that's why they be angry all the time, because they working graveyard shift, working the long hours at night, you know, going on boarding patrols. And now they get mad, they full of anger, you know. Nobody told them to join the law enforcement. But yeah, man, thank you, inflation. Thank you, crazy sleepy Joe Biden, inflation. Because you got a lot of people, living out their cars, living in their vans. And you got a lot of channels on YouTube of people living in their vans. That's an adventurous lifestyle, more power to them, They gotta be, and I'm sure they work jobs, but they on the road. It's like they living, and technically you could say it's like they living an adventurous lifestyle, like they free, like they're a drifter. But I think if it becomes something on a rise, like if it become like the norm, I think the damn system might try to crack down on people living in their vans or cars, especially if they're making a profit off of, like, on YouTube, because you got van channels on YouTube, people living out their vans. And I'm telling you, the government I bet you they probably already watching those channels, and they're gonna try to crack down on that and trying to, make them pay a fine or something because they living out their van. Now that'd be wicked if they do that. If they trying to, force people to pay a fine for living out their car or van. Well, they can't afford an apartment because the damn cost of them is so expensive. What more can they do? That's why I say a lot of these lawmakers and government officials, man, and they just dumb. They dumb. They only care about money. They don't care about the safety of people. They only care about money. Real talk. We got a senile madman for the president. And he ain't doing anything for us. I don't get it. I just don't get it. You afford to give all these immigrants money and benefits, but you can't help the American people. You can't lower the cost of living. You can't make it a reasonable price for the cost of living, but you could give all these millions of dollars to the Afghanistan immigrants and the Ukrainians, but you can't level and make the cost of living or the prices of things on a balanced level. Doesn't make any sense. Supposed to take care of your backyard first, but we want to take care of everybody else's problem. That's what's wrong with this country. They want to wipe everybody else's nose instead of wipe their own nose. And they've been doing it for a long time. Wiping other country noses, but they want to wipe their own nose. But yeah, he's the worst president. In my opinion, he's the worst president. He has to be. At least for my generation that was born in the 80s. That'll be insane. Y'all can imagine for a dozen of eggs, for 1 dozen of eggs, it'll be $5 or $7 for a dozen of eggs. That would be ridiculous. $7, 7 something for a dozen of eggs. And that's not even the organic or top of the line brand. That's just the regular brands. $5 to $7 for a dozen of eggs. Man, back in our parents' days when they was children, you could have $20. You could have filled a whole shopping cart full of groceries with $20. Can't do that these days. You can't even do it with $100. Fill a whole shopping cart full of groceries. Back in the days when our parents was children, man, you had $20 went a long way. And I bet you if they had $1,000 and they felt like they probably had $10,000 for real. $1,000 probably was like $10,000 back in the day when our parents was children. No, Ain't nothing. $1,000 could easily be destroyed. Could easily go through that. But that's the inflation. We could thank inflation for that. Straight up. Yeah, you see what it is. They don't want us to speak out. They trying to silence us from speaking up and speaking out against the atrocities they was committed on our people. They ain't stopping nothing. We the salt. These dusty people always been committing devilish acts for centuries towards us. Now why? Because if we wasn't better than them, why always make something to destroy us as a whole if we weren't? Facts. Like I said, it's gonna be a long hot summer. It's gonna be a long hot summer. Like I say, in some states, the gas prices are about $6 to $7. That's insane. But yep, this place got to go though, man. You know, those who of us of the remnant, those who are part of the remnant, whoever they are, the righteous, they are tired of this place. They are tired. They're ready to go home. You know, because they see it for what it is. You know, they see this place for what it is. But we gotta endure to the end, family. You know, now if any Israelites they want to leave the country, more power to y'all. But every Israelite ain't leaving no America and going to Africa. We can't do that. We can't just up and say, "Oh, I'm putting everything aside and going and leaving the country." Man, it's a process. And why you gotta know where you're going at in Africa, man. You gotta know where you're going at. And what I don't like is you got some Israelites that moved to Africa. They think they better than us because they went back to Africa. They think they better than us. Oh, I'm out of Babylon. I'm out of America. It's peaceful out there. Yeah, but you still gonna go through what we going through. You still gonna go through what we going through. That's what they fail to realize. And don't get it twisted, fam. They get homesick, yeah. If all those expats, they get homesick. They probably lie to you on their channels on YouTube, but they get homesick. Those expats, all those people that leave America and go to foreign countries, they probably play it off on, but they get homesick because that's human nature. It's natural for somebody to get homesick. You know, even if you move to a different state, you know, say like if I was to move to a different state, I'll get homesick, you know, and that might cause you to go visit your loved ones in your home state. I'm just saying, you will get homesick. And that goes for the expats. Exactly. They leave. They go. It's like you know what I see that as Ariel. For those that want to go to Africa, they jumping out the frying pan into the fire. They jumping out the boiling hot kettle and jumping into the fire that's burning the kettle. That's what I see that as. Jumping out of the frying pan into the fire. Straight up, they are living worse. What the F for real? They jumping out the frying pan straight into the fire. But they don't see it that way though because they're arrogant. Some of them they arrogant. straight up. But they want to trying to look down on us because we decide to stay out here in America. Man, I ain't worrying about them clowns. They gonna see when they Wi-Fi start failing them, when they start having bad utility problems. They gonna wish they was in America. They gonna wish they was in America, or whatever country they came from. But yeah, it don't matter where you go at. It's worse all over because it's a worldwide system. The Babylonian, it's a worldwide system. And as an Israelite, you will be persecuted wherever you go. If you're trying to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, you're gonna be persecuted. You can't escape Deuteronomy 28, especially if you're living in sin. You know, if you of the world and you living in sin, you trying to go other places, those curses gonna follow you. It is what it is. Straight up. But man, YouTube, y'all ain't nothing, man. You know, I find it funny. Even YouTube, they messing with the views on your shorts. Like when you do your little short videos, the shorts. Cause I did a food video when I showed that bison steak that I cooked. Man, I'm expecting to get like a couple of hundred views. Man, that thing just got like 20 something views. I'm like, man, it's too messing with my views on the shorts too. Man, y'all ain't nothing, YouTube. Y'all ain't nothing. Straight up. Messing with the algorithm. Algorithm ain't shit. But that's how they do though. You know, they always attack our channels. But it is what it is. We're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna keep pushing. Yes, indeed. But I don't plan on being here on long anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I just wanted to come on live and talk about this. You know, it was on my mind. It just clicked in my mind. I wanted to share my thoughts about, you know, Biden being the worst president this country had. In my opinion, at least, he's the worst president that this country had. Now, don't get it twisted. All these presidents never had our best interest. They always wicked. You know, especially these so-called founding fathers. That's not my founding fathers. That's their founding fathers. You know, they founding fathers was wicked. There's in these secret societies. You know, they worship the devil. But they want to paint. They taught us in school that these men was great, that these men was pioneers, that they was architects. You know, nah, they were slave masters. They owned slaves. They told lies. They was wicked men. They was Freemasons. Straight up. Yeah, for real. Yeah, that he done said that steak too good for you to promote to your black folks. Yeah, YouTube hating, man. They hating on my food videos. Yeah, because when I had that bison, they don't want us to eat good, Ariel. They don't expect to see our people eating stuff like that, like a bison steak. They think we just gonna eat the pork and the pork and all that crap. No, we eat good too. We know how to eat good too. So to hell with their algorithm. They ain't stopping me from what I'm doing. They ain't stopping me from what I'm doing at all. Straight up. But yeah, family, just stay strong, man. Endure, man. We gotta endure for this summer. Because like, the things going up, the inflation. You got a roof over your head. Be thankful for that, man. Real talk. If you could manage to pay your bills and keep a roof over your head. Because most Americans, man, they one paycheck away from being on the streets. That's the average American. They one paycheck away from being on the streets. And that's sad, but that's what they want. It's like they want to see more people that's homeless, instead of living in houses. That's out of order. But they let these immigrants come in and give them free housing and benefits to get them on their feet, but they can't get their own American citizens on their feet. Man, it's being hypocrites. But yeah, man, thank y'all for tuning in tonight. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this live stream short tonight. Because that's one thing, doing these live streams, that drains your energy. It does. It drains your energy. Whether you're doing a video, whether you're doing content in general, man, it just drains your energy. Yeah, for real, if it had been something unclean, I'm telling you, if it had been something unclean, they probably let me get a lot of views. It'd have been some damn grilled pork ribs with some shrimp on a stick. Man, that thing probably would have got 10,000 views on a day one. As soon as I upload it, thing would probably got 20,000 views. But no, I didn't have no unclean food on that plate. They say, nah, man, he only eating unclean. He know who he is. He know who he is. He eating unclean. He eating clean food. He following the dietary law. So we're not gonna promote that. He following the dietary law to the best of his ability. So we're not gonna promote the dietary law of the Most High. It's all good though. I still enjoyed my food that day. It was good. And y'all willing, I'm gonna go back to Whole Foods and get me another bison steak. Y'all willing? But yeah, man. Thank y'all for tuning in, family. Big salute to the cleanup crew. Big salute to the FOPE Israelites, man. Y'all go ahead and enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. Like I said, I just want to come on here and talk about this for a few minutes. But yeah, for the young people, man, it's getting bad out there for the young people that's up and coming. Like I'm talking about people like, trying to start, like in their teens and 20s, they're gonna have to get roommates. In some cities, man, people getting roommates. That's gonna be the norm too. People getting roommates because they can't afford an apartment by themselves. People gonna be having roommates. But you gotta have, if you going with the roommates, it gotta be like-minded people and people that you could get along with. Because man, thank God, man, I'm not in a situation like that having a roommate because I couldn't do it. I like my own space, and I'm sure the majority of y'all probably the same way. Y'all want your own space, because uh-uh. But all right, family, man. Leila Tov, Barakatah, Yasharal, Yasharala, Barakatah to y'all. You know, Yah Barakatah, mean Yah bless you in Yeshua's name. I'm going to go ahead and shut this down. Shalom and salutations to your sister Nick Yah. I'm about to shut it down. Y'all have y'all some good night rest. And I say to y'all, shalom and peace.